If I was skiing, I wouldn't lose. I should go ski with my Pokemon. That's true. Okay. What is the best Pokemon that we have to go skiing with? Who would I go skiing with? Radar would be fun because they would swoop around me while I'm skiing. Hope would be horribly unwieldy, and honestly, the forearms would be super top heavy. I expect them to fall a lot. Coyote would be pretty cute. I could see that. I could see them on the short skis. You know those little short skis? I mean, Crime is definitely a snowboarder. There's no question on that one. I think we can agree that Crime and Darude are both snowboarders. Slappy, it honestly just would not work. They're more of an inner tube style, right? Slappy is more the kind of Pokemon that would go down on a snow tube and then pretend that they are just as cool as the skiers. Wishly levitates. That doesn't work. You know, Gary would prefer skiing on ice. Like they don't want snow. They want to go on the trails that have the real ice slicks on them, and I don't know if I'm about that. Psybuck is cool, but they'd stick to all the green, the green circle trails. So I don't know if I'd want to go with them. Vita Verde, honestly, they would be pretty good to ski with. I gotta say, they'd go down, but they'd also go down like the weird paths in between the trails, like you know how you can go into the woods and go skiing in between the trails. That's what they would do. And that's what I do. I have had my ski pass revoked for skiing off trail more times than most than is reasonable because it's fun. Like going down the actual wooded woods as opposed to the named trails is a lot of fun. Furret also would be a lot of fun to go with. Okay, Buck. Furret would also be a lot of fun to ski with. I think that they would be very good at it. Palliap has got that whole things, and it's really tough to get good bindings for hooves, which really complicates things. If you have difficulties with skiing, that might not be optimal. Maymay, honestly, you'd think that they're gonna be like a Psybuck and just take the easy trails, but they actually take the black diamonds, but they're not good enough to take the black diamonds. So they're the kind of skier that goes really slowly on the black diamonds. And those are just the worst because you know they're going to fall. You know they're going to hurt themselves, and then they're going to blame it on the conditions, and they're just not good enough to. They ski above their level way too often. It's just not safe, you know. Dante is all about the rough patches. Whenever Dante goes down a hill, they're going to leave a whole bunch of grass patches, and that's just dangerous. You don't want to ski with Dante. Ding is honestly just an aluminum sled. Like, they're the sled. Yeah, they're the sled that Slappy slides down on. Slappy just jumps on Ding's back and slides down the hill on him. Like, that's their dynamic. Mine would just kind of float around and go flap, flap, flap. They wouldn't actually ski, but they would be a good companion, and they would be really fun to talk to and vibe with on the ski lift up. Sashimi can't take the ski lift up. They have to ski up the hill, and that gets them in trouble. That gets them in a lot of annoyance. Law, honestly though, like, you slap some skis in the bottom of those tentacles, and they're all jelly. They just point their skis towards the bottom of the hill, go as fast as they can, and hope for the best. Gandhi would be a good skier. They would definitely take the slalom, I think. The Pudding, though, they actually use a skis and a snowboard. Like, their front legs have skis on them, and their back legs are on a snowboard, and they think that they are the best of both worlds, and they think that they're definitely cooler than they are. Real talk, though, Bob is probably one of the most chill to vibe with. They'll ski down at their own pace, but if you're willing to go at their pace, they'll just have a good time with you, and then it'll just be very a chill time. Belmont isn't much for skiing down the hill, but they will keep you company on the way up every time. They don't even actually follow you. They just put their legs up and take the ski lift down and wait for you at the bottom. Marcel, another inner tube. They're another one who just vibe on the inner tubes. They don't actually do any skiing. Rock Snake thinks that they don't need anything and they just can slide down the hill on themselves. And they don't think they're hurting anybody else. They also ruin all the jumps. All the ski jumps that people craft, Rocksnake goes over and just demolishes. It's really unpleasant to anybody who does tricks. Florin, blue squares all the way down every single time. No, not the interesting ones either. They pick their favorite run on the ski hill and go down it over and over and over. They find the one track they like and never deviate from it at all. Raya doesn't actually ski, they just sit in the lodge and drink hot chocolate and watch everybody else. But when you come into the lodge after skiing, they always make sure that you have all the food and provisions you want. So honestly, 10 out of 10 would definitely take him with. Pichu. Pichu is a snowboarder. Guaranteed. There's no question on that one, right? We can all agree that Pichu's a snowboarder. Dr. Doof is a skier, but only recently. They've only recently are a skier. Oh, yeah. They've been a snowboarder their whole life, and now they're starting to ski and trying to learn it. And they're just not as good as they think they are because they think they're hot stuff on the snowboard. Sylvia just hates the cold. They go with you on the ski trip because they want to support you, but they're actually just horribly unpleasant to be around. Because they're always complaining. There's my takes on it for skiing with every single one of the Pokemon we have.